Cause it's the way you love me, baby. The way you love me. And it's the way you hold me slowly. The way you hold me. Cause it's the way you love me, baby. The way you love me. And it's the way you hold me slowly.
Listen all day, every day on your favorite streaming platform. The clean, fresh sound. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
Explicit, boy.
Okay, and just like that, we're back with another Activated Mornings. Right here on WEFM with who? Dianna and Roleza. Duh.
I'm not sure it's like a duh. People children still say that, oh, you see, look, it starts to cough. Oh, yeah, they are nonsense. Right? Children still say that, oh, a duh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't hear it as often as before, but they do say it. He said,
Oh.
duh, and with the ring up head, duh.
Yeah, I know that. I think when we were growing up, and I was in school, we used to say it. Yeah, I think we used to say it. So
Yeah, no, listeners, I was to ask you this question all this morning when Roleza said something, but I lost my train of thought. I got caught up in everything else. Now, Roleza this morning was mentioning something, and she mentioned cricks and butter. I think it was yesterday. There was this conversation last week.
It was last week. You were
So
ridiculous.
last week there was this conversation about cricks, and some members here admitted that they eat cricks with butter. And I found it to be quite strange because I had never heard of that combination. I know of cricks and jam, cricks and peanut butter, cricks and cheese. Me never hear about cricks and butter yet.
I will tell you this. You sound like you grew up privileged because I do not
far from it.
understand how you have never had cricks and butter.
Cricks and milk. People, anyone of you
Ever had
does
cricks and cheese?
yes.
But you've never had cricks and butter?
Never, I never even
When you
heard of
push
cricks
it-
and butter.
when you
Is the
push it together,
weirdest
you see the little butter coming
combination.
out?
No.
I tell all the Dianna grew up privileged, right?
Far from it. Listen to me. Anybody on this and listening, you know me, please tell Roleza, far from it. If you eat cricks and butter, let me know, please, because I never been here about that till then people mention cricks and butter. I mean, I know people that eat cricks and butter.
Yes, Dianna, cricks and butter.
It's the weirdest thing.
But have you tried it since we spoke about
No,
it?
I can't.
Try it and you'll see how tasty it is, especially for me with sunflower butter.
If all here, if all see, I'm gonna try it. Let me see when I will try it.
Try it and then tell us how
I will
it
tell
was,
you. I'll
'cause-
tell you how it goes. And here, Antuna, and but watch you.
Yeah, but sometimes you crush it, you crack it up as if it's like quote unquote cornflakes. But like you have in milk and you crush it, or you break it up and you just throw it in milk. You've never done that.
That's biscuit porridge. That's when you're making it in porridge.
Really? No, as a okay. So hold on. When you say porridge, what do you mean?
You make porridge with the cricks, like how you
As
make
in you put
porridge
it on
with
the stove?
cornmeal. Yes, and cook it like
that. I've never had. I've never had that. No, I've never had that. What it is I've had is you have the milk. You know, like how you would add cornflakes, right? So you have milk
and you
then you just crack up.
Oh yeah, that's cricks and milk, man. That's the most popular form I find. Cricks and milk. Yeah, man, that cool. I does it all the time. But the cricks and the butter part, and all they have company, and so she doesn't do it.
Yeah, but I've had a friend who actually found it strange when I was eating cricks and butter. He said he doesn't eat cricks with anything. He says he's just eat it like that. So he found that strange. So I guess
I found that strange. I had never heard of that combination.
Look, somebody here is saying, so last night they ate cricks and butter. That
Dianna, you
joking?
I want the cricks and peanut butter. Which butter? Specify which butter that man. I must peanut butter.
I like sunflower butter with it.
I know cricks and peanut butter, I understand, but butter, like butter, actual butter, I can't imagine the taste, but I'll definitely try. I'm gonna try it and tell all how it go by. You learn something every day, yes? So I'm learning that there are persons weirder than me.
Or maybe you're the weird one because most persons do it, or a lot more persons do it.
Listen to it. I need to conduct a poll. I will need to know how many persons eat quicks and butter because all my years of life I had not heard of that until last week.
Yes, it is a thing, Dianna.
Wow.
It really is a thing.
Wow. Anyways, we're doing this or we're doing the one you mentioned. We're doing this?
We could, let's do this first.
Okay.
And if we have time, then we just do it one time.
All right. So we're going to get into our topic. Remember, you can always call to be a part of the discussion. If you don't want to call, and I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't want to call so we could hear your voice. But if you don't want to do that, or if you can't do that, you can send us a message on WhatsApp and that would be just fine.
I remember the number to call is 457-9997. That's both direct as well as WhatsApp. Okay.
Right. Now, somebody not too long ago mentioned a consultant and owner of Efficient, Mr. Omar Wiley, in a presentation, urged local entrepreneurs to not rely solely on word of mouth to get word about their businesses. About their businesses to customers. So he was telling them, you need to engage in other forms of getting your work out there, of making persons aware of your business, other than just the talking, just word of mouth, just saying it to somebody. And wow, excuse me.
All right, so to read from the Searchlight newspaper, it was mentioned in one of their articles last week. All right, so the caption is word of mouth, not enough to get online, businesses urge. So local entrepreneurs are being urged to move into the digital space and not rely solely on word of mouth to attract customers. This was the advice shared by website consultant and owner of Efficient, Omar Wiley, who recently developed websites for 3 local organizations under the CED project, done in collaboration with the OAS. All right. Now he's saying that it's not enough to just have a business and spread it by word of mouth and be making phone calls. We have evolved in this digital age. So we are now at a stage where we can be more efficient with things. All right. He says the world as we know it is now going digital. So we have to position ourselves to do so. Whether it is from implementing more technology in your business or getting the access to more customers and revenue, it is not something you achieve overnight. All right. He's saying that a lot of us are dependent on direct sales when it comes to business. Some of us rely on the few people who travel from overseas, especially in the diaspora, to take our products to North America or the UK. With these platforms, even regionally, other people can now have access to see what is being offered and allow business transactions to take place. All right. So he is advocating that we as small businesses or entrepreneurs move away from just thinking of themselves in a small space of having advertising done solely through word of mouth marketing, right? And I am in total agreement with this, and not just in the context of moving away from word of mouth marketing, but I also think that many businesses or many entrepreneurs or many small businesses, they do not need to look at their business as just being in a local context, right? Yeah. I think the way in which the world is, social media, and he's speaking about developing our websites, etc., right? But we can also engage in using social media. There is Facebook, there's Instagram, there is TikTok. What are small businesses doing to be able to advertise their services for persons to be on the world stage to see exactly what is being offered? Yeah. Because we no longer look at, if I see a product that's in Trinidad and Tobago and I like the product that's in Trinidad and Tobago, I reach out to somebody through Instagram, I reach out to somebody through Facebook, and I'm able to get the product here. So no longer do we need to look at things in a localized context, but we have to look at our products and our services as being export ready or even internationally ready. And that is something that I think that many small businesses do not pay enough attention to. Sometimes even in the way in which your products are labeled, sometimes even the packaging, you think that just put it in a plastic bag and putting a label on it, just maybe with your name and not putting your number, right? Not putting your email address, not making it attractive enough so that if somebody happens to take the product overseas and somebody sees it, it's going to be able to encourage them. All
Yep.
right. So, it's really just a call to small businesses to sort of take stock of yourself. Yes, I will admit that word of mouth marketing does go a long way in that I would quicker believe Dianna, although, opinions can be a bit subjective, right?
Mhm.
But I would quicker believe Dianna if she told me that she patronized somebody's restaurant and the service was top notch, right? I would quicker believe her opinion and engage or patronize the business myself based on Diana's recommendation.
Mhm.
However, the thing of it is that to yourself, how are you marketing and promoting your business? Because word of mouth, yes, it does go a long way, but
Yeah.
it's not enough.
Nah, yeah, correct. It's not enough. We have social media now, so make use of that. And things like the Invest SVG Expo,
Mhm.
the Peace Memorial Hall, Grand Market, and things like these. You should always take advantage of these opportunities because oftentimes these are live streamed and persons from all around the world, they're watching, they're listening, and so they can be privy to. Okay, let's take the call. Good morning.
Hello?
Hi,
Hi.
morning.
Hi.
Morning.
Good morning. So you're saying use social media and online to market your product
Yes.
to get it out
Yes.
local, regional, international, right?
Yep.
Mhm. We're no longer
So
confined
there's
just to.
one
Go ahead. Go ahead.
there's one newspaper in St. Vincent. They don't seem to wanna cross over to the Times up now. They're not online.
Mm.
They never they're not online like the other papers.
Mm.
And in Trinidad too, there was two newspaper, I think was the Bomb and the Punch. And they went out of business after 36 years. And they was the same. They never went online.
Mhm.
So I don't know what the reason for them not wanting to go on to that
Yeah.
modern stage. What could be some of the reason for not wanting to
Well,
go to this?
I believe it would take additional manpower, because like to upload stories, especially to upload stories in a timely manner, it might take additional manpower. We have to also face the reality that newspaper sales are also decreasing in terms of the physical
Mhm.
sale of newspapers, right? So the money that
Yeah, so that's why
newspapers,
that's why they're online. That's probably why almost
yeah, but maybe
they do online.
but maybe is it a case where they just have enough employees to be able to make the Friday sales without having to maybe engage somebody who's in social media, unless you have a current employee who is going to do more than one functions, right? I don't know what their staff makeup is like, so yeah,
And maybe the cost, they don't want
cost,
to bear the extra cost.
sure, could be a situation of that
But
as
that
well.
might have bring them more.
Mhm.
They might have bring them more sales for people in the diaspora get newspapers and stuff.
Well, that's the
Read
thing with
newspapers.
subscription. If persons are able to subscribe online, then they can get additional revenue through that stream. But
Yeah,
I don't know the
because,
reason
yeah,
why.
that's
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
sometimes people just, you're old school, you're just accustomed to
Hmm.
doing ways you don't want to
Mhm.
That
adapt to the new ways.
that as
So-
well is something to I'm gonna expand on when you finish.
Okay, all right. So I'll listen. All right, bye bye.
All right, bye, Queens. All right. Now, Queens is raising a point of being old school, right? There's somebody who I normally buy things from. I don't want to say because if I say it, people might know and right because that's talking. But anyhow, right? And I was asking, well, do you have a Facebook page? Are you on social media?
Mhm.
Because she is an older person, right? And she said she had her granddaughter set up the pages for her, and she would be the one to post the information.
Mm.
And this is the thing. So even if you think that maybe you are not as versed or you're not as comfortable with social media,
Mhm.
etc., the thing of it is that engage. Ask a young person,
Yeah.
right? Ask a young person to, whether it is your grandchild, whether it's a child, and older persons, you cannot be afraid to use technology, especially if you have a business. All right. Because one of the first things that persons do whenever they hear of such and such business, or if I
Go
tell
online
somebody
to look for
you
it.
go
That is
online.
exactly what I do. Yep.
You go online, you either go on Facebook, you do the search, or you go, I think most persons hit try to go to Instagram first, right? To see if they find the business. And we want to see all the information there. We want to see contact number. We want to see email address. We want to know that if we send a message that you're going to respond, let's say within at least 24 hours. Now, sometimes it's not always possible depending on the line of work that people are in, especially if they're the only ones involved in the business. But I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying, we would like to know that persons are responding in a timely manner. All right. So you have to be able to engage. And the thing of it is that there is so much talent here in SVG.
Yep.
We have a lot of talented people.
Yep.
I should not. And again, I was looking at that live in Trinidad for the emancipation, this activities and the exhibition that they had. And I'm looking at the things that they had there on exhibition. And I'm saying, but we also have people here doing it, but we don't get to see them as much.
Yeah.
Why? Because some of them are not on social media.
And they, having your business on social media makes it a lot easier for you too, because sometimes people would call you a lot to find out what's your price, what's your this. If you have a page on social media and everything is there, people just need to go on, they see your products, you have your prices there, they see your prices. If it's one of those where you could put up your price for your products, and your contact number, and it may make the process a lot easier for you and for them as well.
And there's another thing that I hate to see though. Well, in my case, so I do customize things, so it's not always possible to give an exact price for something that is customized, but you could give a general price. People, when you are posting things for sale, if you know that there is a fixed price, do not tell anybody to DM you.
I know what is wrong.
Do not tell anybody to check your inbox. If you have something that is up for sale, please let the price be known upfront.
Exactly.
If one person asks you what's the price, comment on that one post so that
don't talk about check your inbox.
Go to check your inbox and that's the thing, because you're going to see multiple people coming and asking the same question. And how does this reflect on your business? For somebody like me, if I have to ask the price of something that is already made, right? It's not something that's customizable, but it's something that's already made. There must be a fixed price to it. Put up your price one time, because from the day I have to ask you what is the price, I'm not checking you on your business again, right? I move on to something else or somebody else. I'm not going to be asking you. Do not tell me to inbox you, because I feel as if you're going to be given different prices based on who it is.
Yes, and that's how a lot of persons feel when you have a product, you post the product there and you don't post any price, and people have to inbox you for price. A lot of persons feel like if you're charging different people different prices, I really hate to go on things and they're talking about check your inbox or DM for price. Why?
It's not supposed to be private, all right? But yes, you need to be mindful of these things. And again, as I'm saying that, so we have a lot of talent here in SVG. We have a lot of products. We have a lot of services. I have to give commendations to the API, because they do a lot of these posts. At least it's once a week. I've noticed it's once a week where they highlight several businesses here in SVG and several persons. Sometimes it might be from somebody going viral, and then they pick up and they do a full feature on the person. But if persons are trying to find out what are new businesses or new services here in SVG, one of the places that you can go is to the API's page, and you would see many of them being featured there. All right. But persons amongst yourselves, try to get on social media. And again, you cannot just look at your product or your service as being just hair in Vinci.
Exactly. That's the thing. Yeah.
You might have a service of, let's say, cake decorating, and you're doing a great job at it, or you're doing a great job at events decorations, right? Somebody overseas might see the work that you're doing and want to fly you out to do something similar for them. All right. So don't confine, and even with your social media marketing, try to make it as interesting as possible. Right. They tend to say that reels get a lot more views. So if you can do more reels, then do more reels, right? And reels are videos. But on your pages, have the information there readily accessible, so that if persons need to make contact with you, that they're able to do so. But please do not ever look at your business or your service as just being for Vincentians.
Yeah.
We have to think globally at this point. I can't even say regionally, but we have to think globally
Absolutely.
at
The
this point.
same how we be seeing products here in our country made in so and so, made in so and so. That could be yours over there in Europe, made in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Come on, right? Somebody on the live said they have their private business on social media. They had the wrong business on social media.
Wrong business. Correct. Wrong
They
business.
put up the other business, the money business.
All right. So as we head into independence activities, and as Dianna mentioned, some of the exhibitions that we have, or the expos that will be happening, just please keep these things in mind. Something as simple as well, at your table and your booth, have the contact information there. You can use the QR codes, right? For your business, you can get a QR code made so persons could just quickly come, scan the QR code, access it, and they can let's say it's for your Instagram or Facebook, then they could go direct to Instagram, like the page, and there you're able to have more persons following you. All right. So sometimes it's some very simple things that we can do to engage and to have more persons aware of our businesses and our services. All right. So Vince's, we have the talent. So it's just for us to step up our game, and that's how it is. Everybody can't be employed by the government.
Well,
everybody doesn't want to be working for other persons. There are persons who want to be entrepreneurs within their own rights, but you have to find a way to get your name out there so that more business could be coming to you. Now, scaling is another matter that costs more money, but that's a topic for another day at another time. All right. But let's just step it up there. Okay.
All right. So as we end this segment, I got back to the cricks thing. So I still need some people to tell me how many of you eat cricks and butter, because it has some weird people that's be eating cricks and butter, like Anne and Roleza and Rajiv. and who again was the person?
Lawrence.
And Lawrence. Anybody else eat cricks and butter? Here now, you remember cricks when they used to be in the tin? The tin, Roleza.
Do I remember? I'm not sure if I remember. Do I remember?
No, they're in boxes, and they used to be in this tin before. That was a nice. I don't know why they changed it, but that was a nice. I can't believe Roleza go on Google. Go on Google and pull up a Google image of the old Cricks container, please. Anybody remember the old Cricks tin? Oh gosh, let us not forget. Let us not forget the Cricks tin. But anyways, we're gonna go out and we are going to head into our bank rates.
99.9 WEFM.